Where did all my folks go? Because I was walking through my old neighborhood and I didn't see the same faces no more. I was like, dang, where'd everybody go? They must have got abducted by UFOs. And then I remembered, aliens don't come to the ghetto. So I had to put out an Amber Alert because all the people are missing from my city, so I know the devil's at work. And where I used to work at in the daytime, you used to see a whole lot of culture, but now when the lights go out, you see a whole lot of vultures. My job when I started was just to do a Bible study. But then when I did the Bible study, I realized kids are going to bed hungry, they're not eating during the day, they don't have money, they don't have a lot of self-esteem. That's when the real revelation happened. Like, I need to find partners that can help these kids with housing, that have all these resources available, that have the same goal intact to make sure that these kids get a better and fair shot at life than what they're given. So this is San Francisco, which is the new norm where you actually live where you work because housing is so crazy. And when I first started, the salary wasn't a lot, but what they offered me was housing. Okay, you could stay in this back converted office. Yeah, this is one of the perks of urban ministry. So I have this for the mosquitoes because, you know, I have a water spout here. But if you come on in, for maybe the first couple years, I felt like almost God was punished. It was like almost like a punishment. Until I found out that this was the norm for urban youth workers, that we're on the front lines and this is a part of it. Sometimes denying yourself of all the things you could have got being in the corporate world or, you know what it feels like to depend on every move from him. I have a $5 million bodacious prayer to own a building for young people in the city. You know, we've been leasing for 35 years. Like, that's crazy, month to month. So God forbid if anything happens, we have a 30-day notice. When you run an organization, that's not something good to have over your head. So how do you plan? How do you strategize? I think our kids deserve a sanctuary and deserve a shelter. Like, this is a sanctuary city, but for kids who want to pursue God, where is their sanctuary? Or as I say, we're the alley-oop generation. These kids are gonna slam dunk it. Our job is to put the ball in a place where they can catch it and bring it home.
My name is Pierre, and I work for Mercy Housing. I'm a resident service coordinator, and one of the things that I help the residents do is get help with their back rent. So because they can't even afford it, so this is a subsidized housing facility. People like myself who is really working really hard to help them, I'm not even able to live out here, right? Because it's just so expensive to live out here. In order to make a livable wage, you'd have to have at least $100,000 a year. And so, you know, just a minimum house is at least over $500,000 easily to buy a house in San Francisco. And I'm in the city doing the work, helping people find or even stay in affordable housing, and I can't even live here myself.
I think in any kind of work in terms of nonprofit kingdom, you gotta be a bridge builder. You gotta be able to thread and sew very well and bring people together that otherwise wouldn't be in the same room, and then bring the best out of them and say, hey, our common denominator is Jesus, and then connection that is our city. You live in a city in a time where at any given moment, you could be erased, replaced, and displaced. You can never get settled. You can never have a sense of cultural identity because every day you wake up and something else got whited out. This is the fruit of actually what the work that Pierre does, is that a lot of people were able to still live in this.
And I know they know this. They know this Black Boy Joey before I'm done. I come from a place where hyphy is religion. We grow our dreads just so we can shake them. But we speak on it because we got a golden state of mind. We living in a dope era, bruh. No BC, but on G.O.D., San Francisco has been in the blues. Like Crenshaw, ever since you left. We also know some stars are not meant to burn long, but the light shines on forever. We got a lighter, put it in the sky and raise it. Black love, brown pride, it's about time we finally embrace it. Day, the marathon continues. Like, you couldn't walk around here and not know who he was. He was a part of an anti-gun campaign. He was like Nipsey Hussle, like a 15-year-old Nipsey Hussle, working, living his best life, and making people around him happy. Rest in peace, young King Day Day. Doing this for you. You live in us. And everywhere we go, 7 billion people in this world, they will know your name. Period.
All the kids that I'm close with, I consider them sons. The Bible talks about, being a spiritual father. I've known Davon and his brother, Avi, since they were in middle school. When I was doing my internship, you see this building right here? That used to be my church.
This one right here?
No, right there, where the crane is. That used to be my church.
Where
We got
the
evicted.
condos are now?
Yeah, we got evicted. So that's where I first took Avi and Day Day to church. And then I get 2 missed phone calls, and BC never calls me twice, back to back. So I knew someone was in trouble. And then he texted me. He was like, yo, Day Day's gone. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It was the same feeling I got when my father died, which is numb. Absolute numbness. My body's ready to go into trauma and shock, but it just would not let me do it. And then we just got real silent. Really silent. I think if kids value themselves as much as people tell Bill Gates to value himself, they would move accordingly. Unfortunately, our kids don't have that self-esteem. And that's our job as a church, So not only teach them the Word of God, but how the Word of God can make you feel, how empowered it can make you feel, how confident it can make you feel in your life, that you're a part of a bigger plan that's set before the beginning of time. We want our kids to live in peace instead of rest in peace. Black boy joy is never hiding your smile from the world.
I feel like you're the catalyst for the unity that this community needs.
Yeah.
To pull your resources together.
Yeah.
Pull the work together.
Thank you.
And do it. And I think you have that presence. Watching you walk around and know everybody. Like, you're the man. This is the man that's gonna change San Francisco. So if people thought there was only one black man left in San Francisco,
There's one more.
They got it wrong, cause what?
We got one more.
We got one more. That's Javier Reyes.
Amen.